everybody. Welcome back to another series of the HomeStoryCup Group B this time. People told me, since I am myself a relatively aggressive Zerg, that this is a match that I should watch. And I can already see why. Let me quickly introduce to you, I think 16 years old, playing for Team Roddy. It's Fjant, which is a Swedish Zerg player. And in the bottom right here, somebody most of us will know, for Team Liquid, it's SKillous. From the Ukraine, I think. So SKillous is opening up relatively normally. You want to have a nice wall over here. You are afraid of some builds that take advantage of the fact that you don't have a choke ramp here. But, you know, still pretty comfortable map for Protoss usually. But my boy Fjant, he's doing a nice cheeky proxy hatch next to the natural wall. I'm curious to see what he's going to do with this. He does not elect to take gas just yet. Also, no Overlord. So, we're going to see. So now there's an Overlord. He sends out a drone, pretending he's going to take something. Okay, SKillous finds this. But he doesn't know much yet. But now he definitely does. And this is probably going to be a spine rush. Looking as there's no gas, 6 lings on the way. Already a drone waiting to become a spine. Boom, that's one queen. What's this larva going to do? Another drone incoming to become a spine. Another Zergling. Oh, this zealot probably got chronoed out as soon as SKillous thought there was something up. Pretty good move by Protoss. Honestly, if you don't see a natural and you think, huh, this smells a little funny, just make the zealot, and worst case, you let it finish and you have a zealot for your wall. Oh, 2 zealots even. These spines are just not gonna come up, but the Zergling reinforcements are coming in. There's now a queen as well. No queen in the main. It's just spines and Zerglings right now. Nice micro from SKillous, but there's a lot of Zerglings. Oh, and he gets the full surround. My god. 2 zealots down the drain. That is not great. If they got stuck up against the gateway here, that would have been way more ideal. So very nice catch by Fjant. And he's catching a nice juicy shield battery outside of the base. The other battery wasted all of its juice trying to heal that, plus the stalker, and now he can just waltz on in there. SKillous, where are your units? You only have 2, but there's no more shield battery juice, so they will start dying. 2 shield batteries, but the stalkers are getting zoned away from those shield batteries by the Zerglings and the queen. This one stalker really wants to get back. Oh, he gets healed just in time. SKillous has to micro 2 stalkers at once. That can be hard. Oh, shield battery juice, let's go. He wants to retreat up into the main. Nope, another big surround. Oh my god, 1 stalker falls. And meanwhile, we have these spines killing the wall. Oh my god, the probes have been pulled. The base has been breached for quite a while now, but somehow SKillous can still produce, but there's not enough pylons. He is supply blocked. SKillous is trying to get out more units, but he just has 2 stalkers and a bunch of probes. It's so many Zerglings, just slow Zerglings, and no gas. Only 1 queen and just Zerglings, baby. 2 spines in the front to make sure there's no wall to stop his slow Zergling march. Now he's in the main, killing your dudes. What are you gonna do? Nice hold position on the Ling so that they actually attack the probes instead of derp out trying to attack the stalkers. SKillous doing some nice micro as well, keeping his stalkers alive, making sure that the Lings can't reach them. He desperately needed his battery to... Oh my god, he has 19 workers still. Fjant's still on 13 drones. This is fairly all in, I might say. Oh, and there's even creep threat now at the natural. What do you do if you're SKillous? You have 2 units. You have no gateways. You can't do anything. He just clicks the cyber core. He's like, you're not going to make any tech? The robo is down, though. And he's using the juice to heal the cyber core. There's not enough energy for shield battery overcharged, so a nuclear battery will not be employed. And now he's also going to lose the robo. So now you're skillless, you're stuck on one base, and you have no production and no tech. That doesn't feel very good, even if the Zerg only has 13 drones. And slow Zerglings. Oh my god, probes are still falling, the battery's out of juice, these stalkers are trying the best. Oh, there comes the nuclear battery. The nuclear option has been used, the red button has been pressed. But Fjant just runs away. He's like, okay, I'll wait. Wow, SKillous just can't find a nice place to put his buildings. Fjant just kills everything. He snaps them off like limbs. Ooh. 2 zealots because, of course, he doesn't have a cyber core. Put the cyber core in between the gases. They'll be safe there, surely. Fjant only has killed 1, 2, 3 cyber cores this game. Sure. And the creep extends all the way up into his main base now. 3rd queen on the way. This is really annoying. Now the anchor of the Zerg rush, really, is in your base. Another nice hold position Zergling micro. Gonna kill a zealot there. Gonna kill the stalker as well. I don't see a way out of here for SKillous. Fjant just kept up the pressure. Another nuclear battery. Fjant runs away. Back to his anchor. You have these juiced up queens ready to transfuse your slow Zerglings. Damn, GG. Fjant takes the first game. Impressive. Moving on up into the second game of this best of 3 between Fjant and SKillous. We are on Dragon Scales, and Fjant just cheesed the ever-living crap out of SKillous. He did a Q proxy hatch Spinecrawler rush without any gas, just pumping slow links from 2 gases, or from 2 hatcheries, and just busting down the front and killing them with slow links. And SKillous microed his heart out, but he could not muster a defense, and now he's in his second game kind of in an awkward position where if Fjant does something cute again and you fall for it, you lose the best of 3. So Fjant trying to get his natural, pretending like last game, but this time he does not have a proxy hatchery, sadly. Which, it's definitely a worse build, because if you have to put your spines here and you have to use an overlord for vision, like, it's possible, but it's definitely harder to do. You can't put your spines up against the wall to, like, snipe units behind it or anything. Like, you just have less options. So you definitely prefer doing those types of builds without, like, these ramps that just prevent you from having vision and choke you up a little as well. So we have Fjant doing a standard build this time around, and the same for SKillous. Just having a Nexus, gas, and now going to throw down Cybercore. Other side of the map we have the Zerg mining from the gas with only 2 drones, putting in a 3rd, so not prioritizing getting speed out ASAP, but we'll get it fast enough to deal with any type of 2 to 4 depth pressure. So expect SKillous to put down his pylon in the main relatively soon, and then we're going to see his tech. The other side, we're going to see when Fjant wants to put down his 3rd base. I think most Zergs deal with it by putting it down and delaying a queen a bit, so you can connect the bases faster. But you could also go the other way around, where you just get your 4th queen a little earlier, and use that extra creep tumor to then connect them. And then your 3rd base will be a little later. But that also means you don't have to defend that 3rd base for a little longer, for example, against oracles. But we see a Twilight Council, which I really like when you've done something like SKillous just did, and that is deny the natural a bit. Because you can see that the main has creep, the 3rd base has creep, the natural and everything in between does not have creep. So any type of Twilight Pressure build is really strong, especially Glaive Adepts. I personally really hate having to play against Glaive Adepts when your bases are so disconnected. So even an Archon drop of the olden times would be nice to just take advantage of this. And there we go, we have Glaives, we have a robo on the way as well in the front, so Fjant could see this. I don't know if he's seen anything.
We have met the enemy in combat.
He did see the Twilight, but he did not see the robo. Sorry, I don't know how to switch the camera without going to his view. I'll learn. So let's see what Fjant is trying to do. He is mining gas, and he throws down a Roach Warren. So we have 1 gas and a Roach Warren coming. He did just scout with this Overlord over here, so he knows there is a Twilight. But that's all he knows. He has seen 1 Adept. I would love to see him poke up here. See that there's Gateway Research done. You see 2 Adepts. You kind of know how late it is already. No third base? Like, he should know. Or at least, you start making units. And he makes 10 lings, and they kind of waste a bunch of larvae for his Roach Warren, maybe. I don't know what I would have done. Doesn't matter, I'm not a pro, lol. So let's see if he can actually hold this off with a bunch of lings and now roaches on their way. Ideally, you have a couple of Ravagers here to snipe the War Prism or the Queens in the front to just make sure that the Adepts can't advance too far. Oh, and he yoinks it over into the Nat. Now you can see that he wants to defend his natural because of those drones, but it's hard to defend 3 places at once at this very moment. Like, if this attack hits a minute later, it's no problem, right? But that's why it's a nice timing. He hasn't really lost any drones just yet. 4 drones now lost by this Adept flank. This is a pretty decent defense. He is behind in drones somewhat, but there is a third base for SKillous. There's also an observer. He's going to clear a little bit of creep. So Fjant now starting a lair, adding another gas. He feels like he has been defending this pretty well. He loses a queen though. Second queen. Damn, these adepts do pack a punch. Glaives is a scary upgrade. He loses 1 adept though. And a bunch of links for... Oh, he actually shades into the main again. He just walks in out of there. He's like, nope, I want to hit drones. Except for the fact that I don't. Psych. And he shades into the, well, natural area here. Looking for some more juicy queen kills. And Fjant doesn't know if there's like 6 more adepts being warped in. So he can't drone. And now you can really see the discrepancy building up. And so, well, oh, Stalkers with Blink. Interesting. Fjant should know that he's in a pretty tough spot. I would not hate it if he just made a bunch of Ravagers now and went across the map to really cancel this third base and drone behind it. Oh my lord. Never mind that, he's even having a fairly rough time defending this, even though he's on such a low drone count. And every time any amount of adepts sneaks into your bases, you need to react because 2 glaive adepts melt your drones. You cannot leave your drones unattended like that. Roach speed on the way with this lair. Maybe that will end up being a little bit too expensive. Because now, yeah, sure, you have this tech, you have this roach speed for your, well, 4 roaches right now. 6 more on the way. And he has completely stopped droning altogether. But he can't even produce anything, even if he wanted to drone, because he doesn't have the overlords. SKillous is giving us a masterclass of how to put on pressure onto a Zerg that hasn't connected his bases properly and still has low mobility because he doesn't have roach speed. His queens are pretty slow. He doesn't really want to make lings against mass adept. Oh, giant run by. Let's go, Fjant. That is juicy. This is a nice chance for Fjant to catch back up into this game. He's gonna kill this Artosis pylon. And this one as well. Nope, this one lives. That one does die, so the +1 attack is delayed for a bit. That is nice. But behind this, he has not been droning. He is going to punch SKillous, and he's going to punch him hard. With everything he's got, basically. He isn't even he is mining from that gas, but he does not have Ravagers. Never mind, he doesn't have Ravagers, guys. I know what I'm talking about. He has 4 Ravagers, which is nice because you can actually kill batteries. I think you need 5 for batteries, though, but still you can kind of burst down batteries and then also threaten the War Prism if it becomes a factor. And they also just have great TPS at this spell damage. If there was like a force field, you could also crush it. Oh, but the front line seems to be seeping away and not holding. And oh no, the juicy backline Ravagers are being sniped. So many Stalkers. SKillous is so effing rich. And Fjant is retreating, but retreating to what? You're retreating to, well, you do have a lair, surprisingly. With about, well, I would call it about 2 bases max. And now he starts droning. I think that is the only choice you really have. You just hold the drone button and you hope he doesn't attack. Because now he's kind of doing the middle of the road thing where he made a couple drones and I was like, oh shit, I really need units. I guess if you get away with it, it's nice, but... SKillous. Showing him that first game might have been a fluke, my boy. Because when I get to stop you from taking your natural without you wanting to, it's going to get real dicey for you. And now we're here for game 3. After SKillous showed us that Twilight builds are pretty good when you can't connect your bases. So now we're 1-1 in this best of 3, which means this is the game that decides it all, surprisingly. And I'm very interested to see what Fjant's gonna do about this. Because game 8, he showed that I can be tricky. But he also knows that SKillous likes to block his hatchery. He did it twice now. I'm surprised we're not seeing a 15 hatch. He is very confident in just taking his third base as a natural. He's like, last game you got a little lucky, but this game, I've got it. I've got it under control. I know where I made my mistakes. I'm adjusting my play ever so slightly, and I'm just gonna win. I'm just gonna play this out solid. I know how to play. On the other side, SKillous is just doing what he has done in the last 2 games. Standard Protoss opener. And for Fjant, we also see a standard Zerg opener. 18 gas. And then 70 pool. With his natural on his third base. Only thing that's not super standard here, but as I mentioned in a previous cast, it's a seasonal thing for Protosses. Sometimes they're like, oh, this is so good, blocking their natural every game. Oh, it gives me so many opportunities. And then the Zergs kind of capitulate. They're like, okay, sure, you're gonna do this every game. So now I'm just gonna have insane creep threat because my creep threat started over here and not over here. I'm just gonna be solid and hold off all your stupid Twilight bullshit. And then the Protosses are like, I'm kind of helping them expand their creep too much. I'm just gonna let them take their natural again. So it can really go either way. It's a meta within a meta, right? It's just a small part of the ZVP meta. And I prefer the meta where they don't block my natural, honestly. And this game, the Stargate that I was talking about last game, is indeed thrown down this game as SKillous. Depth being chronoed out. I think that is his first unit. Yup. And so what you will see in this particular situation from Zergs is that they'll opt to not saturate their natural just yet. Kind of oversaturate their main base for a bit until their spores are done in the third base and the main. They just defend with queens. And then after that, they'll start putting a spore in the nat when they have enough queens to kind of cover all 3 bases. Because it's just so easy to have like 4 drones here, 16 here, and 16 here. And then your spore isn't quite done yet in the main or the third, and you only have 3 queens, so it's kind of hard to defend all places, and suddenly, or you're just making a third spore at the natural which, you know, building 3 spores early is just kind of expensive. Oh, and now these 2 adepts come in. Oh, really annoying to not have creep spread in front of your natural to see everything. These overlords have been nicely placed to kind of remedy that. Nice pulls on the drones. I don't think we lost too many units there. Let us check. We lost 1 drone and 6 Zerglings. So that feels pretty good. There's 1 adept still being annoying. Oh, 2 drones? 3 drones from this Oracle. Very sneaky. No spore there, so he either wasn't working on it, or he was more doing what I think Lambo called the Polish Gambit, where he just uses his queens to defend this 1 base. You can actually, when a Oracle comes into a position, you can, when you perfectly micro, kill that Oracle, even if it moves away right away. If it, like, comes on top of your queens, with 2 queens, you can micro, like stutter step micro, and always kill the Oracle. But it's hard. It's very tight, and if the queens like do some wonky stuff, or they get stuck on the hatchery for a bit, then suddenly you don't kill the Oracle, and it's just red health. But as soon as you see this Oracle that already has taken some damage, as a Zerg, you should just start clicking and stutter step microing your 2 queens, because you'll guaranteed kill it. Lair on the way with 1 gas, so that kind of smells like a Nidus all in, especially since he's making a bunch of Lings. He does have a lot of drones though, so this might just be a Lingbane heavy build where he now gets 2 gases, some evos, and goes. Nope, it is a Nidus. It's a Nidus from a lot of drones though. 13, 12, 15? No gases though? But that's... well, where did he build the Nidus? It's over here. Let's see, did SKillous see it? No. He did not see it.
Let our enemy know our fury.
He's making stalkers, lots of blink stalkers, and +1. That's interesting. Stalkers are very expensive for what they do. And we have a Nidus in the main. Oh, he's just gonna see it because of this probe. Anti-timing. But it's gonna go up. Oh, he's gonna send all the Lings into this... oh, this is that standard Stalker Oracle attack. But there's a Nidus in your main, my dude. What are you gonna do? Fjant is just defending, but he is putting out the queens into the main with a couple Lings. Little awkward. You kind of want to have the queens in the natural right now to kill this 1 Oracle so you can really go for the surround and not think about how inefficiently you'll be trading against this energy beam of death. So Fjant is trying to defend here with his mass Zergling in the natural whilst pushing into the SKillous main, but SKillous just kind of sits here with his battery. He even has a cannon. And he tries to make his queens kill buildings. Well, they're not very good at that, let me tell you. Yeah. Okay, the full recall for SKillous, so the fight is moving on to the main. There were... oh, then he recalled to the 3rd. Maybe he can do some damage now. Fjant? Damn, queens are good, but they need a little something something. Oh, the high energy queen gets sniped. That is unfortunate. And now, this is a really hard position to Nidus in. Like, you've lost the element of surprise, right? Like, you have some creep in his base. That's funny. I would call that a plus. Definitely. Oh, the queens are moving across the map. I don't know if that was intentional. There's another battery cannon combo up at the 3rd base. SKillous is looking rock solid here. Just not falling for Fjant's tricks again. He's like, oh, you're one of those tricky Zergs, huh? Well, I know what to do against them tricky Zergs. +2 on the way, and Charged Zealots. These Zerglings are not long for this world. As soon as Charged Zealots hit the field, they will evaporate. 4th base on the way. Protoss out expanding the Zerg, kind of. Does not feel good. Starting +1 melee and Hydra speed. And also queues up +1 range. So he definitely wants to chill a bit and wait for his Hydra upgrades to finish before he does anything. Just using these links to poke. But SKillous is not going to wait for that. I know that Hydra Ling is pretty good at killing Stalkers, but your Hydras aren't out yet, buddy. Damn, SKillous has a pretty big army. +2 is about to come online. This is just a small poke, guys. He hasn't even revealed his Zealot charge yet. He's just doing the same Oracle... Oh, nice target fire on the Stasis Ward. And there are a couple Zealots being warped in at the 4th base, so those reinforcements will start trickling in. +2 is about to finish. Fjant, where is your army? Fjant is just chilling on Mass Ling and it's not working out. SKillous just not relenting, keeping on the pressure. He knows I'm in the driver's seat. And I'll knock you out. GG, guys. I think we're gonna watch a couple more games out of Group B. Thank you for following along. This was indeed what I was hoping for, a nice proxy hatch, and it even won versus SKillous, which is a very high-skilled Protoss player. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.